Hey everyone, welcome to another build video. I've been sitting on this one for a while, but it's the Moderoid, I'm not sure if it's a Moderoid, it's Go Lion. See there, yeah, it's Go Lion, or Voltron as most of us know him. Yeah, I'm going to be splitting this up, so I'm actually going to be starting off the black lion, because that's the order it goes in the instructions. So yeah, I'm going to be doing multiple videos, basically assembling all the lions, and then I'm going to do a final review video as well. Just kind of shorten it down a bit, but it all comes in one box, and I'll be doing that over time. So yeah, I got my instructions here. Also got my sticker placement instructions as well. I know some of which are kind of optional, but yeah. Hopefully this goes well, because yeah, the problem is I'm looking. Some of these parts are like, wow, that's way different. Most of these hopefully are kind of, yeah, it looks like I need mostly A, E. Okay, definitely part A. I wish I kind of put out the sprues in order of, hey, look, if you're going to do instructions like this, then do the sprues like this. Anyway, Q8, which is, oh boy, here we are. That's Voltron's eyes. Yeah, so Voltron. Yeah, so Voltron is also turning 40 this year, along with Transformers, which is wild to think about. Put that off to the side for now. Yeah, along with Transformers, yeah, is also turning 40 years old. Came out in 1984. Voltron did anyway. Go Lion, of course, obviously precedes that. Considering, yeah, of course, yeah, if you don't know, in case you don't know, crash course, Voltron was brought over the U.S. Go Lion was brought over the U.S. as Voltron. And while the two have, basically, as one person who wrote on it said, Voltron is not Go Lion, and Go Lion is not Voltron. And while the two, clearly have the same base with the animation and everything, they're not the same, mostly because Voltron had to follow U.S. children's broadcasting standards, and Go Lion did not. Actually, I think it's called Beast King Go Lion or something like that. And, well, because of that, they had to censor the crap out of it. Because Go Lion had blood and stuff in it. And you can't do that on children's blood and death and stuff. You can't do that on children's television in the U.S., at least not in the 80s. So, that was a big no-no. They couldn't do that. Here, look, there's the face. So they couldn't do that, and so they had to censor the crap out of it, and it showed sometimes. Like, to kids, some kids may have picked on it, some others did not. But yeah, and regardless, it was very formative for a lot of people alongside Transformers and stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, also Peter Cullen doing the narrator, and also, the king, what's his name? I can't remember the king, the good king, the one who died. He's often played the guy, be his voice of the ghost. Because, well, yeah. Ghost stuff. Sometimes you need guidance from beyond, I guess. E12, yeah. Yeah, it was, there's also, you can kind of tell there's a bit of a shoestring budget, because like the same 5 voice actors doing all the voices, and sometimes you can tell someone is not a voice actor and they're doing voices. Yeah, it was production for sure. World event production, in fact. Right. So it was a very much, yeah, I got, yeah, I get the whole thing with the Space Explorer is like, flip to the other side. Oh, okay, weird. Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. Kind of. I think. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And then A4. The whole Space Explorers, yeah, was it Keith, the leader? You got Pidge, Hunk, Lance, and well, Sven. Sven, who has the most obnoxious Swedish accent ever. Absurdly over the top Swedish accent. It was very silly. Not sure if it was racist or not, but hey. Okay, there's that. There we go. That was just not plugging in. Okay. See, the face is starting to, lion head is starting to develop. But and of course, yeah, very quickly after the I guess early first 5, I think it was 5 episodes. Sven is Voltron is wounded and taken to a different planet, whereas in Go Lion he died. It was Shiro and he died. But yeah, and so then they had the princess of the planet Corellia had to take over duties of piloting the lion and everything. Yeah. So yeah, for a lot of us, it was also our first for kids in the 80s, and actually, well, for me in the 90s mostly, it was kind of our first real exposure to like super robot stuff. What do they want from me here? That's what they want. Yeah, it looks like that's what they want. Yeah. Okay. And like, it was interesting. They had probably one of the best soundtracks, just because it was just big, cool orchestral synth, which, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best things ever. Okay, E11. And I will say that I have watched Go Lion and Voltron at this point, and I will say this also. Go Lion is probably better than Voltron in nearly every way, except for the soundtrack. I will say I will fight on that one. That's just simply, I think Voltron has a better soundtrack. That's the one thing it improves on. Everything else, the problem is, just simply stuff like, TV broadcast standards are kind of ruining it, and, they kind of had a sense of the crap out of it, and now they're all robots, all the bad guys are now robots because you can't have them dying, even though, Voltron is clearly cutting them in half, so they have to be robots, so they can't, because they can't have anything be killed, especially by the good guys. Oh no, can't do that. Can't do that, because people die when they are killed and all that stuff. But yeah, it's so interesting, because, like, it's from an era of time when, like, we have to sit here and pretend that this very Japanese thing is not Japanese, right? And like it came from that era, which didn't really end in the U.S. till like really, honestly, the early 2000s with like Pokemon and whatnot. Okay, making sure of that. I think that's correct. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'd make sure that's the correct orientation. And like, let's see, yeah, so at the time, it's like, we have to pretend this is totally 100% American made and stuff. And, yeah, I think a lot of kids I think some kids picked up on something that wasn't right just because of, just the fact that something seemed off about it. Different. But yeah, new F2. Two F2s because there's two identical sprues. Yeah, make sure they're pointing certain directions. Yeah, the reason I knew it was Japanese because, well, I was born in Japan and my parents were in Japan for, the early, good chunk of the 80s and everything. So I believe they might have even seen Beast King Go Lion on TV. So they would have known exactly what it is. Okay. I want this. Might have known. They would have known. They would have like, oh, that's anime, right? It's like when I grew up watching Power Rangers, my dad's like, oh, did you know this came from Japan? Because he knew it was Sentai, because he saw that stuff on the TV there. So I kind of knew that, and a lot of my classmates would often just not believe me if I'm like, that's from Japan, and they're like, no, shut up. So like, yeah, it's kind of different. It's kind of like, how do I put it? I'm just kind of rambling, but yeah, it was sure was an experience, to say the least. Oh, this is what they want. Okay, okay, yes, right, yes. That goes in, then we got D6, and so me growing up, I didn't actually get to watch it on TV very often because, again, I was in the Berlin in the 90s, so it wasn't really airing on TV as much. It was mostly, for me, I saw reruns occasionally, and well, my parents had on VHS. They had the again, I guess I think they did a TV movie with the first 5 episodes at one point. So it was, the first 5 episodes on VHS as just one long, TV movie or something. And they also had a laser disc, if anyone remembers what laser disc is. They had a laser disc of the handful of episodes. I remember those I watched a lot, so I remember those specifically. The first one was the one the guy who shows up. He's like, "Oh, I'm with Prince, and I'm like here, and I'm," and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna basically let him pilot the blue line from here on out." And then it turns out, oh no, he's actually a monster from Zarkon, you know, Planet Doom, which is like, man, this is so blatant. Like, it's called Planet Doom. Right? But like, yeah, it was, you know, then he turns out he's a snake monster, which, you know, that's bad. And he had a scythe and everything. That was the first episode. The next one was, I think, the witch Hagar pretending to be Alora's aunt. So, like, is pretending to be Laura's aunt, and like then you know she gets discovered, and then you know that whole thing, and once again Robeast fight, because hey, look, almost all of them ended the Robeast fight because you know this thing was incredibly formulaic. But yeah, and then the third one was the Urak, the general guy who they fought a lot. Well, he turned out, this is your last straw. You messed up way too many times, Urak. You're done for. And that's when they also introduced Lotor, and they use him one last time, turn him into Robeast, and he fights them one last time. And Keith also has a duel with Lotor. It was a trick just to get him away, so that, you know, because he's like, oh yeah, I'll totally, like, you know, we'll totally just stop this whole thing. Turned out to be a lie. Look, though, also that, hey, look, a lot of crosses, which that was awkward to deal with because, you know, it's a cross. You know, and, you know, religious imagery was no good in the U.S. back then. So they kind of had to work around that one. It's awkward. Ooh, hey. But, I remember that was one of the last appearance of Urak, and then, of course, the next one was the tree. They had the tree Robeast, and there's also a King Zarkon, the bad guy, is about to die or something, and then Lotor is like willing to totally betray his own father because, like, you know, he's a bad guy. Of course, he has been willing to betray his own father. And yeah, so that's those are the episodes I watched the most as a kid, because the ones I had access to, and occasionally there was ones on TV. I remember there was one, and I was like, I wasn't sure if it was real. For a while, I actually wasn't totally sure if I was, you know, it was real or not, because I was like, I could have sworn there was one where it was like it's an evil Voltron. And it turns out, yeah, there was an evil Voltron one. And I wasn't imagining things. That did exist. Okay, why isn't that going? There we go. It just wasn't all the way in. Yeah, so that was one. R. Hopefully, I don't think we'll need more than that. For this one, R7. Oh boy. So yeah, and later on, I remember this. Later on, they initially released on DVD, which was a really nice DVD set because it was like the tins with, like, you know, all the 5 separate tins with, you know, the 5 separate lines on it and everything, which was really cool. I got that. I remember this was the first time I got to watch a lot of these episodes ever, just because, you know, again, growing up in the 90s, didn't get a chance to watch them all the time. And why aren't you going in? I'm a little worried this is gonna. Oh yeah, there's already a stress mark for me trying to push it in. There we go. There we go. Hey, the crest. That's pretty clever how they did that. G3 and G11. Okay. Yeah, so I got that, you know, box set because I remember it started off the blue one, ended with the black lion, and it was cool just because also the behind the scenes stuff, like, oh hey, yeah, it was like one of the first shows on TV to be recorded in stereo, which, like, I didn't know that. That's really cool. And that also helped them with the whole, like, hey, look, the remastering process, because now we can just easily put it, because they recorded the stereo soundtrack, we're easily able to, you know, do it for, is that the, yeah, that's right. Hello. Is it right? Yeah. No. What? Oh, dang it. That's not right. I guess 2 things right next to each other. Okay, no, look at that. I just had it upside down. It's the right part, just upside down. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. And C1. Yeah, so... Yeah, so I finally got to watch the entire series. And yeah, guess what? Voltron is kind of repetitive and kind of gets a little drags on you for a bit. Because it's it's often the same thing over and over again. On top of that, with the 80s lens of just simply, you know, censored for on 80s children's television. Which kind of, yeah. In watching Go Lion, it's like, oh yeah, this is a bit better. It's not really high, it's not exactly highbrow, but it's a bit better just because it feels like there's actual, you know, stakes and whatnot, in part because they're not saying, oh no, no one can die. But also my thing was like that DVDs, I did not know was a ticking time bomb, because apparently that DVD set, the Black Line one, had the problem was simply, apparently the discs were severely prone to disc rot, and I did not know that till years later. I was like showing a friend of mine the DVDs, and then it just stopped playing, and it turned out, that doesn't work, which is not good. Didn't work anymore, which is a little sad to find out. And by that point, you know, I'm not sure, but I heard something like the company who put those DVDs actually went out of business or something. And yeah, he's like, good luck getting replacements. Because I looked online, it's like, yeah, getting a replacement disc was a lot of money. So I was like, I guess I'm just gonna have to live with, you know, having this and being able to watch these anymore. Granted, it's the later stuff, which is weird because, you know, they actually commissioned new episodes which weren't based on the original Go Lion anime because, you know, we need more Voltron. It's wild that happened. So they, you know, commissioned new episodes and everything, and then it turns out to be like, hey, guess what? We got more episodes, and now we can actually, you know, animate it properly. We don't have to edit awkwardly around this stuff, so it's like, that's pretty cool. Kind of. Although, yeah. What was it? So yeah, eventually, it wasn't till actually somewhat recently, I bought that really much cheaper, like Voltron and Vehicle Voltron set that's like $20 or $25, something like that. Like, yeah, finally I can, you know, I have that again. So like, I still have the original, like, really fancy set, but also, you know, I'm kind of cool with that one just because that means I can watch it. And also, I've never actually watched Vehicle Voltron. I've kind of always meant to. I like watched the first episode and then just never came back to it. So I don't know. Vehicle Voltron is that weird. I kind of looks cool, kind of a cool robot, but it's, man, that's like 15 characters, man. 15. That's a little out there. J11. Okay, so this goes on right here. Yeah, like this. So, okay, like that. Ah, it's tail. Okay. And then E4. Where are you? E. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling about stuff because I'm just trying to fill time. Or fill the void, I guess. Yeah, growing up, I didn't actually really have Voltron toys. My brother got the, you know, the fancy die-cast Voltron. I didn't get anything cool like that. I was really upset about that too. I remember that I was really upset when I was a kid, and I was like, "Oh, hey, cool, he gets the Voltron, and I got nothing." Yeah. Is that what they want? Oh yeah, okay. The instructions were not entirely clear what I was supposed to do here. At least it felt they weren't clear. There we go. That did not want to squeeze together for a second. A. Yeah, so yeah, is it worth watching now? I don't know. It's kind of like one of those, I think it's only worth watching if you have nostalgia for it. To be honest. It's kind of a weird, it's kind of, it's the problem is, like, if you binge watch it, which is easily available nowadays, I think it's on Netflix now, but like, binge watching it, it's kind of formulaic, and it's also pretty long. I think it's almost 100 episodes long. So it's kind of formulaic. But I don't know. There's definitely, it's not. I mean, there's more than just the original iteration. I mean, there was that weird CG follow-up that came out in the 90s. I never really watched that. I don't think it was on a good time for me to be able to watch it. You know, it was one of those weird things as school buses and whatnot. I was like, I didn't get home till like after it was already over, finished airing. So it was like, okay. So like, hey, look, it's the belt. And a weird black speck on it. I never got a chance to watch it. I've heard very mixed things about it over the years, so I've never really, you know, had the incentive to go watch it, you know. Never really had the incentive to go and watch it just because it's like, I've heard such mixed things about it, like should I bother? And so I got plenty of things to watch. I don't really need something else. Look, it's the lower bit. Hey. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's a different one. Okay. Right foreleg. Ah. So I need part F5. Probably gonna have to repeat this too, so remember that. And then J5, because I need the yellow. That, and then we need G5. D8. Okay, deal with this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then swing it in. Oh, a sprue right there. So some sprue bit. Let's cut that off real quick. So it's, there we go. That's messing that up. Okay, so D5 now. here. I put. I couldn't stop dropping it. This bit. There's still some sprue here too. That should do it. There we go. It's one 4-leg done, or part of it anyway. Oop. And then 07. I do not have 07 over here. 07, I believe is one of the gray ones. There we go. 07. P8. Here we are. 07 and P8. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I'm seeing some white bits and some gray bits, which, you know, considering the whole animation thing, they often want you to do, like, they want to do white because, you know, that's like the animation, and it's like, but no, it's supposed to be silver, so we'll use gray, and it's like, oh boy. The same thing with the Transformers and their animation accuracy. Is like, see, they're supposed to represent chrome, so, you know, the actuality should be, it's like, shut up. D11. Right, and that will just go over here. Like so. Sealing it all up. Yeah, and that's where that leg will go when it transforms. Nice. That's one leg. And now do the other side. That's... Ooh, there we go. That was a little weird. There, okay. Oh, that's a... There. That's another leg done, which means moving on to the next bit, which is lower legs, which is also the legs for Voltron, because, yeah, which that's where the white comes in and whatnot, because Voltron has white legs. So A10. All right, A10, there you are. Sure, yeah. A10. A5. And then F3. Sure. Okay. And then put these together like so. Like so. There we go. That went in just fine. Then J1. Which goes on right here. I don't think there's any particular, yeah, there we go, that. And then, more assembly, F6. Yeah, here we go, F6. There. Okay, make sure. Okay, I want to make sure it's oriented the same way it's on the drawing. M. M. Okay, where is it? N, M. No, there's two M's, of course. M6. M6. Goes like that, and then also M3. I also need to make sure to have O2 and P6. O2. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna go on that side. And P6. This goes on right here. If it'll go on at all. There we go. So you don't want to go on initially, then I can put this all together right here. Like that. And that's part of a leg. And now I need C5, which... C5. I'm suspecting the black line is going to be the most involved. That's interesting. Then, okay, because, okay, let's make sure this is all like right there. Go. Yeah, okay, that's the right leg, right hind leg. And then I gotta do it all over again. So another leg done, and I gotta double check something because I'm pretty sure I accidentally. Yes, I did. I just skipped right over something kind of important. Yeah, I just glossed right over it. Okay, so yeah. Jump to head page, page 10. I want to get back to that. Okay, so H10 goes right there, no problem. Then J9 and J10. J10. See, I was wondering, I was like, why is the head incomplete? Where are they going to tell me to finish the head off? Because I was looking at the head a little bit, and the head's complete. But I missed something, and sure enough, I just skipped right over step 6 because it was right at the end of the page, and I just kind of moved forward. All right, so there we go. Okay, now I guess assembly now. Align convex and concave parts, insert and rotate forward. I see you got a little key thing right here. So you got to do this and then down. That's interesting. There you go. And then over here, and just pop these on. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, uh-oh, one part's looser than the other, and it's going to cause problems down the line. I can feel it. And then right here, this goes together. I'm gonna pop a ball joint in there. So, there we go. That's popped in. And then of course pop the head on. Form the head. Hey look, it's a Black Lion. Although not totally complete because like I still need to sticker it, but yeah, it's a Black Lion, although there is one accessory I'll go ahead and cut out now, the P1, which is his daggery thingy. I can't remember what they called them now. Because they just summon them, they zoop, and they just kind of appear. Yeah, give him a little whoop. Here's the face. They need to stay up there. Here we go. Ow! Only there's a little slot for it in the jaw, so it stays. Ish. It kind of stays. Arr. So yeah, that's the Black Lion for the most part. I'm going to do the stickering myself off screen just because it's kind of, it's just me just kind of slowly going, I'll do that. Actually, I've been looking. I think the sticker guide shows only like a couple, which is like the optional one is like the number sticker. See, there's a sticker guide, and you can see there's a number sticker, which that's one of those weird, like, I don't know if I want to do the numbers or not, you know? So I'm kind of debating on that one, so I'll figure that out later. They're very much optional. They weren't in the anime. They're on the toy, or some of the toys. Yeah, the only sticker I'm going to apply for now is this one right here. This little tiny one, which goes over his brow, I guess. Little tiny sticker. Hopefully these are decent quality. They don't, you know, crap out on me or anything. See. But yeah, now he's got his little forehead jewel. So that's the one sticker he needs. The rest, there's quite a few stickers, so I'll have to do that later. But that's Black Lion. Yeah, so that's one build. It's not too bad, I think. But we'll see how that works out in the end. And yeah, so I'll be doing these one video at a time, separately over the course of a week or so. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social medias on the description and in the video. Check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with the next Voltron build video, which should be, I believe it's Red Lion.